How much can I borrow as a home mover is what a lot of home movers ask me when they're looking at upsizing to a new property. My name's Anthony from Bolt Mortgages, and in this video I'm going to break down exactly how much you can borrow if you're a home mover looking at going to a new property. If you're thinking about buying a new home, you're also going to be thinking about how can you get the finance to be able to fund the new purchase. This comes down to a few different factors such as credit reports, income, the amount of deposit that you've got, and also the price that you get from the sale of your property. Well, let's start from the beginning. Before you realise how much it is that you need to borrow, you need to figure out what your property is worth and how much money and equity you're going to have once you sell the property. The easiest way to do this is first of all figure out how much you're going to get for your property. So for example, if you're selling your house for £300,000 and your mortgage is £150,000, you then work out you've got £150,000 equity before you start paying your fees. The fees you're going to have to bring into account when you're looking at moving is your stamp duty, you're going to have to look at the estate agent's costs, and you're going to have to look at solicitor and mortgage fees. Once you've worked these out with your financial advisor, they'll be able to give you the exact amount of money that you've got once you've had your equity, you've covered all your fees, and then you can figure out how much of a deposit you have to put forward to the new property. If you're looking at buying a new property that needs work, it's always worth having that conversation with your mortgage broker as well, who can figure out if you're allowed to leave any money back so you can move in and regenerate the property straight away. So you've now figured out how much equity you've got when you're looking at buying your new property. The next step is to figure out how much it is that you can borrow. The same as first-time buyers, it works in a very similar way when you're looking at buying a property. So it works depending on the lender and how much your income is, anything from 4.5 times to 5.5 times your salary. What they also bring into account into that is how many dependents you've got and your financial commitments, which can potentially reduce the income multiple that you can get when you're looking at applying for a mortgage. The bigger deposit you've got, the more the lender will tend to lend you, and the higher your income is, it tends to be the higher income multiple you'd also be able to achieve. Another thing that can affect how much you can borrow is the term that you fix your mortgage for. So some lenders, if you've got a 2-year fixed rate, will lend you a lot less than if you've got a 5-year fixed rate, because they want to know that over the long term, if you're on that 5-year fixed rate, you have more stability, and if they give you the slightly higher amount to borrow, you've locked your rates in and you're not going to be impacted by any future interest rate rises. What is the best way of finding out how much it is that you can borrow when you're looking at buying a property? Speaking to a broker, you can figure out who can give you the most money, and obviously there you've got more options to rates in comparison to just looking at that one in particular bank. If you're looking at going through the mortgage process and the lender's capping the amount you can borrow, but you do have debts in the background, you can also work out, once you've sold the property, if you can use any of that equity to clear your debts down, which may potentially increase the amount you can borrow when you're looking through the lenders. Thanks for watching. My name's Anthony from Bolt Mortgages, and don't forget to press like and subscribe if you want to find out more details about how to move home.